What's going on, everybody? Let's get this thing started. You guys ready? Welcome, everybody, to the Jurassic Park podcast. I am your host, Brad Jost, and today we're going to be doing another Let's Talk Jurassic. I love live streaming with you guys each and every week. Man, this is fun. Oh, look at this. I have the topic on hand today here. Let's go ahead and switch that up real quick so I can get the full stream up here. There we go. Now I got it going. So, yeah, what's up? I am ready to talk about what you guys just saw there. A lot of fun stuff revealed today, and I'm going to follow along in the chat with you guys because I know you're excited. You've got a lot to say, I'm sure. I'm interested to know what you guys are thinking. But we're going to be talking all about Beyond the Gates. So there's a lot to discuss, right? I feel like there's a lot to discuss, but let's hang out here for a little bit. We'll get into that. I just want to see how you guys are doing. How are you guys doing? You guys doing okay tonight? What are you guys doing? Reading these comments over here is super funny. But yeah, I had a very busy day today, so I did not get a huge chance to kind of interact with this conversation and kind of get things moving, and to really research it all that much. I've been super busy all day, but I'm very excited to talk about it here tonight. So I figured, you know what? Live stream coming up as always every Wednesday night. So let's do a community discussion piece like we usually do. So yeah, we'll get into it. And guys, just a heads up, the podcast, the Jurassic Park podcast, the thing that we do here, should be back. Fingers crossed, as all goes smoothly, should be back next week. So on Monday, it should be back with the Jurassic Wire. I'm very excited about that. You know, a lot of the content that we'll probably be discussing in the Wire has been things that we've discussed here on Let's Talk Jurassic each Wednesday night. So if you guys are new to this show that we do like a live stream. We try to do these every Wednesday night, talking about Jurassic, all of the most related topics that are current and hip, trendy right now. Usually toys. There's always toys. Theme park stuff. We're always talking about the theme parks. We're talking about the movies, the Jurassic World Dominion news, all that good stuff. And yeah, so the Wire this coming week should be pretty awesome. I'm very excited to chat again with Aaron Beyer for the Wire. We're doing that, I think, this weekend, so I'm very excited for that. But guys, what's going on? How you guys doing? Let's see what's happening here. We got Jurassic Souls here. What's up? We got Jurassic World fan, Ninjago Nick, Alpha Raptor reviews. Let's see, dinosaurs and Jurassic World products. That's awesome. We got Colin here. Siaka's here. What's up? That didn't sound nearly as cool as what you typed. So Daniel's here, doing great, it looks like. Jurassic Dave. What's up, dude? Good to see you. Shabani's here. Hey. But yeah, awesome. So, like I teased earlier with my screen that you guys saw, we're going to be talking about Beyond the Gates. So this is a pretty cool thing. If you guys got the chance to see it, I don't know, it was like a week or two ago, maybe. Josh at Newblar7 over on Twitter, he posted a little tweet. He loves to go out there and look up trademarks, stuff like that. And he looked up, or he found one Jurassic related, and it was entitled Beyond the Gates. And he posted this, you know, saying, what does this mean? What is this? What is it? What could it be? And interestingly enough, you know, we're always like trying to go through those trademarks and look at what they're supposed to be used for and all that good stuff. And so we were all like trying to decipher what this thing meant. But little did we all know, our buddies over at Jurassic Outpost, we have Chris Pugh, Jack Delamere, and they put together this really cool show that's kind of featured alongside the products and stuff over at Target.com. So that's pretty amazing. Let me let me go ahead and get that up here so you guys can see that. Take away my huge screen here. I'll slide over for you guys. And there we go. So Beyond the Gates. So this is the little page that you got here over on Target.com. And it actually, okay, thanks. If you go to like Target's website, Target.com, or if you go inside the app and you just type in Jurassic World, this whole page pops up here. How cool is that? Previously, we did have something a little similar to this kind of page. I think it was around Fallen Kingdom's release or somewhere, give or take around that range, where there was like a landing page where you would, kind of check out all the Jurassic collectibles and things that they had available. And now they're taking it even a little bit more seriously. We'll get into a lot of these details and stuff in just a little bit. So previously, we had also heard about a bunch of rumors and stuff floating around the internet as far as what were in the Target systems, as far as what things we could potentially see in the future. And the list was just a huge list of Amber Collection items. So you see some Amber Collection right there. But this list was a pretty massive list. I know we went through it at one point in time. I think here, but definitely on the Jurassic Wire on the podcast. And we talked about all the different potentially spoilery creatures. I'm not going to discuss those here, but things that maybe pertain to Jurassic World Dominion, characters, different dinosaurs, all kinds of fun stuff. And we wondered about Target and the relationship with the Amber Collection. And it's a really weird thing, I gotta say. So Beyond the Gates aside, talking just about the Amber Collection in Target. Sorry guys, I'm just going on a tangent here. I know I'll get to your comments and anything if you guys have anything to say in just a little bit. But I don't know what your experience is with the Amber Collection. First off, in general, I love the Amber Collection. I think it's right there. Yep, right there's some of it there. I love the Amber Collection. I think it's a beautiful line for the most part. And I'm always really excited. I think it's one of the most exciting things for me is the Amber Collection items. So, seeing that list that kind of leaked out a little while back, this was like, man, when was that? Sometime in 2020, that list leaked out. And it gets me really excited. And then, after that, at some point, stuff actually started showing up in Target, right? So we actually started to get a few Amber Collection pieces. The first of which was Delta. I believe it was Delta. And then Echo popped up after that. So we get 2 Velociraptors in a row. And, 2 of the Jurassic World Velociraptors, the Raptor Squad. And I think Delta's pretty good. Delta looks pretty good. And then Echo pops up and looks very, very different. So the problem, I think, with the Amber Collection that had just showed up in Target, within the past several months, the issue was that they were already available, right? For the collectors of Jurassic products, these things were already available via other sellers. Places like, I don't know specifically, if I don't remember off the top of my head, but places like Entertainment Earth or Big Bad Toy Store or Toy Wiz, like places like that where you could actually pre-order these items. A lot of times they'll pop up with no imagery, stuff like that. So we're all just like, it just says Amber Collection, it says what it is, and we're like, I want it. I don't care what it looks like, I just want it. So we all ended up getting Echo and Delta, before they popped up in Target. So the collectors out there, the hardcore Jurassic collectors out there, already got their items. They already got the stuff that they wanted. And Target must have put in a huge order for these things and put them on the main shelves, not in a collector's section with the NECA stuff. There's a lot of, I think they're NECA, right? These Back to the Future ones that they have out now. Also Gremlins. There's Dune stuff back there. There's Funko Pops back there. There's plushes and all kinds of different things and different collectibles. Stranger Things stuff, Harry Potter stuff. but really no Jurassic outside of maybe a few Funko Pops. But they didn't put them back there, which I thought was an interesting choice because those are like I'll say higher end for Target. You know, they're the $20 to $30 range. Outside of like the Black Series, which is in the main aisle with the Star Wars stuff, that's $20. It's more affordable. Sometimes it gets up to like $30 and more at times, but for the most part, it's like $20, and that's what they have in the main shelves. But these guys went for like $29.99 in the main aisle, and the average, I guess, store goer or somebody buying for their kids for the holidays or birthdays or whatever the case may be, I think they've just skipped over the Amber collection entirely. It's weird. It's weird. Every time I go to Target, I'm actually, this is a really bummer start to this conversation, but I got to get it out there because like, it's something that has irked me, and I've talked about it. We've talked about it plenty here. It's something that has irked me for a really long time now, since they popped up in Target, like from week 1 till now, which actually I uploaded a new video today of one of my last Target visits, and still like, and I think I put it in like the title that the sales for these things are abysmal. I think that's safe to say. Everybody that I have asked has experienced the exact same thing when it comes to these Amber collection figures in Target. So I was scared. I'm very scared. Still a little scared. I'm still scared. So hopefully this works out right. But I'm still nervous and I'm still scared for the Amber collection in Target because as of many months in, there are still piles of Amber collection stuff in the stores, and we went through a period of time where they were offering pretty decent discounts on those items, and they're still there. So I don't know. I have no idea what's going on there, and I think it just mostly goes down to the fact that we all pre-ordered them via these other websites, these third-party sellers, and we got them, and we already have them in our collection, and then we go to Target, and then, all right, here's Echo again, here's Charlie again. I don't need a second one. Some people do, but I know a lot of us probably got one, and then we're done with it. Sorry, I need a drink here. But yeah, it's a weird thing, and I've talked about it in my my toy hunts, that like it's very disappointing. It's very scary for the line. I was always wondering, does this signal the end? Is Target going to be unhappy with the Amber collection? The main line always seems to do well, but would Target be unhappy with the Amber collection? But I think we have a lot of very hopeful news, right? We have a lot of hope here with everything that's sitting. Where is it? Over this one of these directions? The beyond the gates stuff, right? That's very, very hopeful. The fact that kicking off this trend of showcasing items, I guess, every third Wednesday of the month from now until September. So that's really exciting, really interesting, and I'm very excited to see where this goes. So I'm hopeful. I'm trying to be hopeful here because, like I said, I love the Amber collection. I go to Target fairly often for supplies for the house and to scour the toy sections. So it's a great deal. And with these things, typically we're going to be getting these. We're going to be pre-ordering these. And I don't know if it's off to a great start just because of both of those items that you see there are already available for pre-order outside of Target. They've been available for pre-order outside of Target. I actually had both of them. I think one was from Toy Wiz, one was from Big Bad Toy Store. So yeah, I already had both of them. But it's interesting because if it says it, obviously it says it right there, only at Target, and I know it's been a very confusing statement and message for a lot of fans out there to wonder, what does this mean? It's not only available at Target, it's definitely available at all these other places. So what is the deal? I don't know. I have no answer for you there. I have no idea what that actually means. It's an interesting position to be in where things are not exclusive to the exclusive providers. I don't know what's going on, and maybe this is I don't know why, but maybe the fact that these are several weeks late is the fact that like they've been waiting to prepare these videos and the content for Target.com. But it's very interesting. Like they popped up so late that at this point, a lot of people probably already had them pre-ordered. Now the good sign here is that a lot of us pre-ordered them already, right? But they were like $34, $35 and change with, maybe like $7 shipping or something like that. So the good news here is that like you can go ahead and pre-order these for a little cheaper, right? They're a little bit cheaper than the outside sellers. So that's a good thing. And I don't know about you, but I actually did. I canceled my pre-orders at the other places and I did it again. I pre-ordered through Target. So whatever happened worked because I pre-ordered them at Target because you know what? I got free shipping and they're cheaper. So overall, I think the deal kind of worked out for me personally. And I'm sure all of you as well, you probably had a similar experience out there if you already had these pre-ordered. So yeah, I think that's the gist of the history here. So yeah, it comes down to what we're going to see, where it's going to be available. I'm really interested to see if the exclusivity, ends. It starts now, kind of. It starts here and now, and everything from this point out is exclusive. I don't know if those maybe those items will cancel out. Maybe they'll cancel those for some reason. We see that from time to time with certain things. I don't know for this reason, but yeah, I don't know. I'm glad they're at Target though. So beyond the gates, let's take a little bit more of a look here. So like I said, these are new and collectible items. It says here the third Wednesday right here of the month from now until September to get exclusive items that you won't want to miss. Pre-orders start at 8 a.m. Central. Limit one per order. So yeah, that's another thing that might bum people out, but it's all right. It's all right. We'll get to these figures in just a little bit here. So nice little video here. We got a nice video here. I won't play it right now, but it's awesome that these are kind of like exclusive reveals that are like superbly well done with the team over at Jurassic Outpost. Now I know Chris and Jack put this together along with our contributor here at our show too as well. Caleb Burnett did the music for this, and it sounds amazing. The first time I watched the video, I was like, man, that sounds really cool. That sounds awesome. And then like later on, I was like, oh, of course, Caleb did it. That makes a lot of sense. That's right. That works. So basically what you're getting with this Beyond the Gates is exclusive reveals, and then you're also getting these like little videos that showcase the items. And luckily, it did a pretty good thing here for these items, I think, because they look a lot better in the video. We'll get to that again in a little bit. But down here at the bottom, let's see if you can see. Yeah, you can see that. So we have these like locked items here. I don't know why this one's still locked, but I would assume that would like... It's weird. It says one exclusive item from the Legacy Collection. What is that? That's 3. Oh, no, that's 3. My bad. Okay, 3/17. Okay, so that's next month, guys. Next third Wednesday in what do you call it? March. So one exclusive Legacy Collection item. So I think I know what that is. I think we all know what that is. Maybe some of you don't, but we'll talk about it. Next up, for 21. April 21st, we have one exclusive item from the Camp Cretaceous collection. That's cool. Too far. Wednesday, 5/19, May 19th, we have one exclusive item from the Legacy collection again. Coming Wednesday, 6/16, June 16th, we have 4 exclusive items from the Amber collection. Oh, went too far for some reason. 4 exclusive items. That's big. That's a big one. You know, and it's interesting. I feel like a lot of these items have been teased or kind of leaked at some point in time. So I feel like we have, you know, a lot of these things already in our sights as far as that's concerned. Whether the images leak out ahead of time is, you know, I guess that's to be foreseen. But I'm interested to see like what 4 items, 2, and then the next month's Wednesday, 7/21. Why does this thing keep going back and forth? Come on, Target, fix this. Come on, Chris, make this work right. We have two more exclusive items from the Amber collection. So we get Chris. Why is this doing this? Jack, figure this out. We got 4 exclusive items, and then we got 2 more exclusive items in July. And then, let's see, we have Wednesday, August 18th, 1 exclusive item from the Legacy Collection. And then I think this is wrapping it up. Coming Wednesday, 9/15, 1 exclusive item from Funko. Interesting. It's interesting that, you know, these are all locked. Is there anything to do with these colors? Red, blue, red. You know, we had some bad guys, right? We had the Velociraptor, we had a Pteranodon. Those are some nasty creatures. Camp Cretaceous. Hey, we got an exclusive Camp Cretaceous collection here. Very nice, happy blue. Maybe the Legacy collection item that's coming is a little scary in May. I don't know. And then the Amber collection. I'm wondering if this gold or yellow is retro. Maybe it's retro or something like that. I don't know. And then maybe the exclusive Legacy collection item in August is another baddie. It's red. It's red again. What does it mean? And then I'm assuming I'm just gonna go with the obvious choice here that Mr. DNA is gonna recommend himself for a Funko Pop. I feel like it's about time. You know, 1 exclusive Funko Pop. What better than Mr. DNA himself? Recommending, hi there, I'm going to recommend myself to be purchased from Funko Pop from Target.com. That was terrible. So what do you guys think? Do you think you have a handle on what these things could be? Do you think you have any idea? What else do we got here? Let's see. We got a few more images here. We got the Amber collection. We know about that. The Legacy collection, Camp Cretaceous. We got some Lego stuff down here. I guess they're just tying it in. So, and then some Jurassic stuff, and then some, what is this? Instagram or Twitter? I don't know. Interesting. Yeah, I think that about wraps that up. So yeah, what do you guys think? What do you think about these releases? What do you think about the branding going on here? What do you think about the fact that just Amber collection in Target in general? What are your thoughts on that? Because I felt like I had a ton to say about just Amber collection in Target as a thing itself. Yeah, sorry, I'm trying to look something up here. All right, I just got to give a shout out here first. I know it was a little while back. Sorry about that. Jurassic Souls. Hopefully you're still here. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the super chat. That's amazing, dude. You're killing it, man. You're killing it. I'm so super appreciative of you just kind of helping to support us. It really helps out. It really helps out. We have some fun stuff coming up here in the future that this kind of thing is really helping out with. So I'm really interested to. This is the first time I'm kind of like teasing it, but I'm really, hopeful for you guys to see this sometime soon. And this is a direct contribution to that thing. So thank you so much, Jurassic Souls, for the super chat. It's always an opportunity to use that money for, making the podcast better, making the experience better. So thank you. And Jurassic Soul says, hope we get an Amber Collection JP3 Raptor. Those bird-like eyes would look great on a figure. Speaking of birds, I wonder which dino is the ancestor of Groose. I mean, goose. What? Groose sounds familiar. What is that? I don't know why, but I'm thinking like Legend of Zelda. Yeah, right? I don't know if that's where you were going with that, but I was thinking of that dude from Skyward Sword, which I don't know, maybe it's on your mind today because Nintendo revealed that that's coming to the Switch. But Groose was an interesting fella. That was a really interesting character from Skyward Sword, if you guys got a chance to play that one. What dino is the ancestor of Groose? What one would be the ancestor of Groose from Legend of Zelda, if that's what you mean? I feel like it would have to be. It's got, he kind of reminds me of Elvis in a way. He's got the shades at some point, right? Like, isn't that a thing? Or is that just a meme? I don't know. That's the picture I see here. But he's got the big hair, the big like Elvis kind of hair, and what better than the Parasaurolophus? Speaking of the Lost World and that kind of stuff, because of Roland Tembo is saying like the one with the pompadour, Elvis. So yeah, I think that works out. It would have to be a Parasaurolophus, right? But speaking of the Jurassic Park 3 Amber Collection, hey, we're dipping our toes into it here with this reveal here today, right? Which is not exactly a reveal since it was already talked about and already pre-ordered elsewhere. But the imagery and the new imagery and stuff like that for sure. So we're dipping our toes into JP3, which is awesome. This is what I've always been wanting from the Amber Collection, is the chance to sorry, I'm reading your guys' comments. The chance to explore the other films. So much of the toy line is always kind of like, discarding the other films. Really, The Lost World, Jurassic Park 3, and even Jurassic World. Like, those are all discarded from Mattel for the most part. So I know there was like a little release with JP3 with like an Alan Grant, right? And then like a raptor and something else. But yeah, that's it. And I mean, there's been some raptors that kind of resemble tigers and stuff like that, but not exactly. But the raptor from JP3, I would love either of those, and I think I would hope that they get them right. The more whiter gray raptor, the female, and then the males with the quills and all that stuff. Those things would be epic to have. My only problem, and it's kind of a problem that kind of rubs off into this tiger stripe raptor, is that the sculpt never changes. I had no issue with it when it was the Raptor Squad, right? The Raptor Squad, they're supposed to be similar. They're supposed to be, kind of four of a kind in a way. Like, so it makes sense for them all kind of to look similar, even though we know that they look a little bit different in the films. The sculpts are a little different in the films, scar-wise, and they just look a little different from time to time, but mostly they're the same kind of species. But as far as all the other raptors are concerned, the JP1 ones look a lot different. Of course we do have the first raptor that debuted was that JP1 raptor, but it was just a painted over like blue sculpt. So it was kind of, it was one that, like, I know a lot of people that had an issue with it and kind of called out that they didn't really like the fact that it was a Velociraptor from Jurassic World painted to look like a Jurassic Park 1 raptor. I didn't have a problem with it then. I don't know why. I just didn't have a problem with it because I don't know what it was. The imagery on the Lost World Raptor is much more striking than the Jurassic Park 1 Raptors. They're kind of, standard Raptor. But the Lost World ones, just something vastly different looking about them. Whether they're longer, the heads are longer. I don't know, something about the head just looks vastly different. And when you look at this Velociraptor here next to me, it just doesn't. Outside of the paint job, the sculpt just does not represent the tiger stripe raptor, which is my favorite one, and I know it's a lot of others' favorites out there. So I had put up a tweet today, Instagram post as well, kind of showcasing the Lost World tiger stripe raptor, and there's just so much outpour for how amazing that thing looked in the film. The paint, which that's the main thing. The paint on that thing looked incredible, right? It looked amazing. So here we have it in the Amber collection, and at least from the promo images, which we can take a deeper dive into right here. Go over here, I guess. So we're zooming in. I'm just not. It's interesting that the base is white here. I wonder if that'll be a continuation. I know a lot of people were irked by the yellow. It was more yellow. It wasn't really amber. It was kind of like yellow, and didn't look too great from time to time. I don't know. I think mine look okay back there, but I know a lot of people had some issue with that coloring on the base, but looks like maybe we're getting a white base here, so that's interesting. Just to me, it just ended up looking less detailed. But the Velociraptor itself, I'm just super bummed. I'm really, really bummed. Because I had a conversation with Mattel a while back, sometime last year, maybe earlier, I don't know, about like what would be the most exciting thing that you'd want to see in the future from a Mattel toy. And my number one thing, the thing that I directly mentioned right off the bat, was Tiger Stripe Raptor. That's what I want to see. That's what I am most excited about in the future for the Amber collection. And I'm not as excited right now. Look, you heard me. I already pre-ordered it. It's a thing. I already pre-ordered it twice. Canceled one, but got another one. Pre-ordered it. So I'm still getting it, but I'm just not thrilled with the paint job. And this comes directly after Amber Collection Echo, which is kind of a mess unto itself because of the whole branding issue with Camp Cretaceous and the redesign of the character and all that stuff. And then, the Amber Collection took that redesign and ran with it. But, and weirdly enough, now the Jurassic World Velocicoaster is kind of doing the original one, but also kind of its own interpretation, which is interesting. But Echo aside, we transitioned from Echo into this one, and it's just kind of like two in a row that we're like, oh man, interesting. Now this just is not. It's just not it, right? It's just not the Lost World Tiger Raptor. Sorry, this is me Googling, typing out what I'm saying. It's just not what we're looking for. I feel like I've been using this picture. Is a good one right here. Let's open this in a new tab. Take a look at that. Oh, that's a good one. All right, so, man, look at that raptor. That thing looks real good. Amazing. Look at that. So, transitioning back over here to the Amber collection. Who is this? What is this? I for the most part, I really love the production from Mattel, and I love everything that they've done for the most part. I really have not much to complain about. I have a few things that I really didn't care for, but this is like kind of one that I'm like just really I'm definitely upset about, because when you're looking forward to like your number one kind of figure to come out and it just doesn't really sell it, it's a disappointment for sure. Yeah, you look at how great this coloring is on the actual, this actual maquette here thing, from the films, from this picture here. Just look at that paint job, man. That is super cool. The light paint job, but it's nuanced. The darker paint job up top with the orange, but also the brown striping. That is actually very thick striping, that, devolves into like smaller stripes down the sides. Plus the striping that is very subtle across the mouth. There's like, that very underscored like brown across the mouth, kind of almost looks like scarring in a way. And then that like yellowish green eye. You look at that sculpt, like look at the heads on this Velociraptor. It just, something about it looks different to me than the originals. The originals, you can see the original over there on the right-hand side, which is the female raptor. So those are the female counterparts to these tiger striped ones. And, the males over here, the tiger striped ones, just for some reason feel like longer, thinner, more agile, crazier. And that paint job is incredible. It's my favorite one out of any of the raptors. And it's just not cutting it, guys. I'm sorry. I definitely feel like it could have been a little better. And interestingly, we're seeing a lot of, fans out there and collectors out there doing their own repaints of, the bigger super colossal blue, or, some of the smaller figures, maybe repainting one of these other Amber Collection ones. And they look brilliant. They look amazing. Now, sure, that's an individual taking a lot more time and effort to make it more detailed, but it just shows that like how good these things can look. But yeah, that's a bummer to me. But I will say, inside the video, which let me see if I can kind of take a look at real quick. I won't play it, but I'll hit play. But we'll pause it. And then we'll kind of skim through here. There's Chris. What's up, Chris? You can actually see the Velociraptor in front of him right there, right? And it looks a lot better. It looks a lot better than those promo images. So, not getting my hopes up, but I think it will look a lot better than what we're kind of expecting. I know there was an image here somewhere pretty early on. Skimming through. Amber Collection might be around here. Yeah, here we go. So there's a good look at it in a box, right? It's kind of small for you guys, I know. Sorry. But the colors look a little bit better. The orange looks a little bit darker on the body and whiter underneath. So it actually looks pretty good there. But I don't know. I'm still not feeling it totally, but I think it looks a lot better. So with the right lighting, maybe it'll do the trick. And same goes with this one, which we haven't really talked about yet, but the Pteranodon looked kind of interesting in the original promo images, right? It didn't really look like this. This definitely looks 100 times better, I'll say. The paint job on the head itself looks a lot more nuanced, a lot better, and I'm very, very happy about that. Pteranodon is not one that I'm super excited with, just because I don't know, I can't really get into the Pteranodons all that much. Here's a good look at bigger picture of it. It looks a bit better, but still, I don't know that I would look at this and be like, oh, that's it for sure. I'd be like, is that it? I don't know. I'm just not sold right away, and that's a bummer for me. Looks good in this picture. This posable sickle claw picture looks real good right there. So hopeful again. Like I said, the darker tones look a little bit better there. Lighter tones look good. So it's much better. I'm very I'm feeling a little more positive. It's got a golden eye, which I don't know. It's not James Bond, but I don't know. It's not gold. Would you guys say that's a gold eye in the film? Definitely say it has more of a yellowish tint. Also like a limey kind of tint with a yellow. It's interesting, but I would say honestly, the other one over there kind of looks a little bit more gold than this one. This is just like a yellow. Um, so I don't know. Interesting that they point out the gold eye. But there you go. It's taking down Chris Pratt there. But yeah, I think the fact that it's the blue body type is a big issue for me, and the paint job. But again, I'm still getting it, so nobody's missing out here. But let's go on to the Pteranodon. So let me actually go back just a second here. Look at this Pteranodon. I know I've been ignoring you guys all night in the chat. I'm so sorry. Let's go back to that because I was talking about getting back to that. Let's see. Before we get into the Pteranodon, let's go full frame here again. What are you guys saying? What are you guys talking about? Oh my gosh, I gotta scroll back. So Jurassic World fan says, I can't wait for the Amber Collection Pteranodon and Tiger Velociraptor. Sorry to bum you out. Dinosaurs in Jurassic World products was just playing Jurassic World Evolution. That's awesome. Shabani asks, do you think Camp Cretaceous will get renewed by Netflix? Yes. I definitely think so. Yeah, Shabani also pointing out my watch, Siri on my watch. Oh, here she goes again. While I'm doing the podcast, my arms are flailing around, and she thinks that I'm like trying to talk to her, but that's not the case. So it's constantly going off and recording everything that I say, and I look down, and there's just paragraphs upon paragraphs on my wrist. JC Review says, I'm pretty excited for the Pteranodon. I don't know about the Tiger Stripe Raptor. Jurassic World fan says, Amber Collection, the best collection ever. Alpha says, Tiger Raptor, not Tiger Striped Raptor. I don't think that's... I think you can say whatever you want. Tiger Stripe, Tiger Raptor, doesn't matter. Tiger Striped is what I go with. Because that's what it is. It's Tiger Striped. Siaka says, I'm glad they kept the continuity on the Lost World male raptor. Jurassic World Evolution caused some confusion. You know what? I don't know what's the deal with evolution and confusion there. I don't think I played a portion with the Tiger Raptor just yet. But I'm assuming it said female. But yeah, they did point out specifically in this video that it's the male version, so that's awesome. And I know Chris was probably a big, proponent of making sure that those are correct. Sam FNBRYT says, very disappointed with Beyond the Gates. Thought it would be a mini movie. Oh, huh. Interesting. I have seen, not to call you out or anything, but I know that a lot of people have been saying that this Beyond the Gates has been overhyped. And I have to disagree politely, respectfully. I don't think it's been overhyped. As far as I know, Outpost really only uploaded a teaser, and it said something is coming. So they weren't lying. Something did show up. Something's here, right? Something came there. So we have a new video series, right? Something pretty big. That's huge, guys. That is very huge. an affiliated, official branded video series. That's big. That's no joke. So I think if anything, they underhyped it. Also, you have to pay attention to that teaser. At the end of it, showcase the Target logo. So I think once you see that Target logo, you kind of cue in and say, I wonder if this is going to be toy related or merchandise related. So maybe it'll be some sort of reveals or something. I don't know, I'm thinking along the lines of what Star Wars does with their Mando Mondays or Force Fridays and stuff like that. Back in the day, when the films were coming out, they did Force Friday, and they would do, the big Force Friday live stream reveal of all the items that you can get on Force Friday. That was awesome. That was an amazing thing. And then they did Mando Mondays, which is more like what the Outpost guys are doing with this series. It's like, hey, we'll reveal a few things that you can pick up today. So that's kind of what the formula is here, and it's awesome. We've definitely needed something like this as Jurassic fans. But let's see. So yeah, I definitely don't think it was overhyped. I know a lot of people do, but I think, like I said, once you see that Target logo, you have to kind of reel it in a little bit. And at first, before the teaser came out, Josh, like I said, was showcasing that logo, and he at least was saying on Twitter, "What is this? I don't know what this is. What could it be?" And there's no hype behind that. It's just we're all kind of parsing out what it could be at that point. But once you see that logo, you're like, okay, Target branded. It's got to be something on Target, something related to products some way. So yeah, that's where my mind went, at least. Mutant APK says, I'm just wondering when the new Spinosaurus is coming to America. We were talking about that last week with Tim over at Collect Jurassic, and he was on the live stream at one point, just kind of hanging out in the chat. And he was basically saying that we can probably end up seeing that probably sometime in April or so. I think he's actually in here now. I just ended up scrolling super far by mistake, and I saw his little logo there. So, hey, Tim, what's up? Jurassic Dave says, I'm very excited for Beyond the Gates, Jurassic getting treated like Star Wars by Target. Yeah, I think that's exactly it. It's like finally getting some recognition, right? And I actually was laughing pretty hard today. So my buddy Ryan over at the Forcecast, I don't know if you're here, but I'm calling you out, dude. I'll see you tomorrow night on our live stream, on the Forcecast's live stream over on Facebook. But he basically retweeted the video of Chris and the collection and all that stuff, and said something along the lines of, hey, like, look at Jurassic handles it perfectly with the fans and the promotion and all that good stuff. And I was like, what, really? We're over here on our side of the fence saying the same thing about you guys in Star Wars. Like, Star Wars has been doing all this kind of stuff for ages, it feels like. And finally, Jurassic is starting to do it, and it's taken so long, but they're getting there. They're getting there. So yeah, I'm very excited about that as well. Haley Lee says, I miss being young and loving Jurassic toys. And then also crying because I'm not young and loving Jurassic teen things. So yeah. That's it. I'm reading all your other comments as well, but don't miss it. There's still time. You can still love these toys. Look at me. Maybe you can say I'm lame, but I still love them. And I know there's like, everybody else pretty much in here loves them as well. So don't feel bad. Go ahead and like the toys. You don't have to be young. You can be a collector. That's what collectors are for. We're here to still love and appreciate these things, but just in a different way. We're not utilizing them the same way that we used to. All these where are they? These ones over here, like these Lost World ones, or these Jurassic Park ones up here. have been heavily worn in. They're the ones that I grew up with, back in 93. Where are they? And then 97 over here. So those are ones that I, wore in and grew in. They're actually like super worn down, like the horns on the Triceratops, the arms on the T-Rex were completely missing at one point. Thanks to Ted Brothers for replacing those. Yeah, you just change and you become a little bit different, and now they're just on a shelf. So I'm very happy about that. So don't feel bad. Keep collecting. Do some fun stuff with that. Yeah, and then Jurassic Dave followed it up. I am old and still excited by Jurassic toys. Yep. And we were, together. We were all in like a chat, and we did like a live conversation the other night, and it was just like a bunch of us olds just sitting there talking about toys, and we loved it. So nothing wrong with that. I'm continuing on with these comments, and you. Okay. So yeah, I don't know what's happening here. Oh boy. Still reading. All right. Oh, it skipped ahead. Oh my gosh, yeah. I have no idea what's going on with these comments, but apparently this person went from my #1 fan to maybe hating me. I don't really know. I'm not really sure what's happening here, Haley. But let's oh boy. Timeout. But let's see here. Yeah, Siak is like, whatever, dinosaur time. Yeah, it's dinosaur time. These comments, guys, what is happening here? Oh, Lord. As Siaka says, Brad being nice to someone trying to troll him is blowing my mind right now. I didn't get to those comments. I read the first one. But it's weird because, like, the comments were very, nice until they weren't. So I don't know. I'm not sure what's happening. Yeah, so you're not phasing me. Stargazer says, but in Target, man, Target is awesome, and they have a whole variety of Jurassic World toys. Yeah, they do. When they do, but sometimes they don't. So right now it's kind of like a mix. Like sometimes there's some cool stuff, but other times there's nothing. So yeah, you never know. But let's see what else. All right, so let's go back over to since Haley said our viewers are dwindling. Let's go back over to the Amber Collection Pteranodon here and take a look at that, because I really wanted to talk about this, follow up on that. The Amber Collection Pteranodon. So again, these promo pictures do not reflect what we see. And when I originally saw this, and I think I ordered it on Toy Wiz initially, I was again not very pleased, but I did it anyway. I got that FOMO when it comes to toys, where I'm like, now, all right, I kind of need it because it's Amber Collection, and I love supporting the Amber Collection line because I just love the line in general. So, yeah, this thing didn't look too hot there, but I'm happy to say it looks a lot better in the actual video that Chris showcased there. The problem with this image is, like, the beak and that white coloring around the head and the mouth just does not look Jurassic Park 3 at all. Let's see if I can bring that up. Jurassic Park 3 Pteranodon. So here's a pretty lovely still here from behind the scenes, showcasing how cool this Pteranodon looks, right? And for the most part, you know, outside of the lighting and the scenery and stuff, that's what you can expect from the Pteranodon. I know there's another image here. We can kind of take a look at like wings. Where did it go? Yeah, here's a good one. So let's take a look at those wings too. All right, so here's some good images for you. So going back over to this one, I'd actually say in this image, the wings look kind of cool. They look like, it looks like kind of like a storm like brewing and like thunder and lightning, like lightning striking down on some mountaintops. I don't know what's going on, but that's what it looks like to me. Or it looks like it's out of Stranger Things. I don't know. But I kind of like the wings here. They kind of look cool. The head just is not the thing that cut it for me. Like when you look at this, just it's much more nuanced. And of course, it's film grade, it's film quality. But the coloring just didn't really line up for me. And then the wings, you can't really tell a whole lot in this like imagery here. Maybe in the film, I don't know. But it looks close. Looks close enough. Close enough, I think. Close enough. But it looks like it comes with, you can't really see it, and you can sort of see it in this picture, but like that base with like an upright stand or something like that. Oh, no, it's about the same. So this is going to be a bigger item, right? So it's going to be a little bit longer, take up a little bit more room in your collection. But let's go ahead and go back actually to the video, because this one just bums me out. So let's go back to the video. Let's go back to the tape. We'll take a look at the tape on a replay here. And where did it go? What am I doing? Going back to the replay here. Let's take a look at how this Pteranodon looks. And there's Chris Pugh from Jurassic Outpost showcasing all the latest toys and developments in the Jurassic community. And all right, here we go. Sorry for the sports announcer voice. Here we go. So yeah, that looks much more nuanced. The wings look, you know, about the same. A little different than the one that we see in the promo image, but you know, maybe they vary. I don't know. But that face, the head, the everything about it just looks a lot better. It's got that tan kind of paint job in there, up in the crest, and then along the beak. So it's not that weird white coloring that you can actually see in the background up top. So yeah, that's much better looking. And then I think if we skip ahead here, yeah, here you got a good view. That looks spot on to me. That looks amazing. I'm actually very impressed with the way that ended up turning out. It's a shame that the initial like promo images on a lot of these things end up looking way worse. I don't know. Like sometimes you're like, oh, it's just the lighting. Maybe it's a little too bright or something. Maybe that's why the tiger raptor kind of looks that way. But you can't say that with that Pteranodon because it's just completely different looking. So they retooled it. They kind of, I guess, repainted it, made it look a lot better here. And it looks stellar. I think it looks pretty spot on. So I'm actually getting a little bit more excited for that one. Out of the two of these, I'm probably more excited for the Pteranodon. And that's saying a lot because, like I said, I'm not a huge fan of the Pteranodons in general outside of the Lost World Pteranodon. So that's that. These videos nicely kind of showcase some, you know, the behind-the-scenes work from Mattel and stuff like that, so you can see images like this floating around. So, you know, they did a heck of a job editing these and showcasing it. And there's Chris's face, so maybe we should just keep that on the screen for a little bit. But yeah. Oh, we're having a time here. What was that comment? Jurassic Battle Droid says, over here in California, I never find anything. It's tough. It's tough. You know, no matter where you are here in the States, I know we always come across issues. But I don't know if that you meant specifically the Amber collection or not. But yeah, I don't know. Jurassic Battle Droid again says, "Imagine if Mattel made the Kirby's. I would love it. I would love it." Yeah, yeah. But anyway, what do you guys think? You guys excited about that? We also did have something else. Let's take a look. So I want to go back actually to Chris's face for a quick second. Just watch. Chris, what are you doing? You doing good? All right, man. Let's go back to these locked images here and kind of showcase. So the one exclusive Legacy Collection item that I think we can kind of assume is this item, right? Let's see if we can find a picture of it, and I think we can probably find one here. Maybe not. I know where we can find pictures. Instagram. It's a good place for pictures, guys. You ever hear of it? Okay, so maybe this is something I can find somewhere else. Give me a quick sec. All right, can't find it quick enough. So we're gonna go to our buddy Tim over at Collect Jurassic and take a look at some blurry pictures. So let's see. So this is something that we have here, right? We got something here. It's a Legacy Collection and newly revealed, courtesy of Target, he says. I think this is what we can probably expect out of maybe this March 17th thing going on here. One exclusive item from the Legacy Collection, and I think that can be this combo pack of the Dilophosaurus. You got Dennis Nedry in this attire, which we don't have outside of the Amber Collection. The Amber Collection has the raincoat Nedry, but the other one... I just realized that there's something in that image. The other one is just like the cafe Nedry in the 3 3/4 inch scale. So I just realized that there's a stick in this image. That's incredible. I can't believe there's a stick. That's amazing. So I think Nedry's awesome for sure. But I am actually really, really excited about the Jeep. Now I know I have 2 Jeeps, I think, here. I have the winch Jeep that we originally got, and then I think a non-winch Jeep. Oh yeah, it had like a launcher or net launcher or something on top. But this one is like a legit Jeep. Like it actually, I'm trying to look. Oh, so this one, yeah, it's missing. It's interesting. It's missing like the back, kind of like slanted pieces that you would see on like a topless Jeep. But it comes with this amazing top, the canvas top, that is, obviously straight out of that moment in Jurassic Park, where Nedry gets eaten by the Dilophosaurus. And that is a piece that I would definitely just showcase with the top on this Jeep. I could, care less about the Dilophosaurus. I've never really been a huge fan of the 3 3/4 inch sculpt Dilophosaurus, but whatever, it's fine. It's fine. But I love the fact that there's a stick. The stick is amazing. Stick, stupid. But that's cool. It looks awesome. I'm glad we're getting a variant on a Nedry figure. And this, again, leads to my theory that we're going to have some good Nedry content. I don't know why I went with that New York accent. We're going to have some real... Hey, guys, check it out. We're going to have some real good Nedry content in Jurassic World Dominion. It's my guess, my theory. I feel like there needs to be a lot of good Nedry content in Dominion because of all these random reveals. Like, why are we getting so much Nedry? We got two core 3 3/4 inch figures, a big one with that, the Barbasol can with the sound effects, the light inside, the pie, and all that good stuff. And then another big one here with another set, which is incredible. What is this going to be, like $30 or something like that? That's incredible. That's incredible. That's amazing. So I feel like they're queuing us in. Plus the Amber Collection figure and the Dilophosaurus figure. That's awesome. That's awesome. And speaking of, let's go back to that. So that's what I'm thinking for this first one, right? March 17th. I want to go all the way to the end for a second and wonder if this is not Mr. DNA as a Funko Pop, maybe a Barbasol can. How cool would that be? Mr. DNA would recommend the Barbasol can, maybe. Maybe it would be the DNA inside the can. Maybe it's like I don't think it would be one that you unscrew or anything like that, but that would be awesome. And I think if we're talking about tie-ins for Dominion, like I'm kind of theorizing about here with all the Nedry action figures, a Barbasol can one would make a lot of sense too. So that could be really cool. That could be really cool. Who knows what the legal, tactics are there. I don't know. I got to give a shout out. And I know that popped up here and it disappeared during all the chaos in the chat earlier. I apologize. It's not letting me go back any farther for some reason. Let's see if I can look at the activity. No new super chat. It disappeared. I don't know what happened to it. There was another super chat, so thank you so much. I apologize. I don't know where it went, but it was there, and then I can't find it anymore. So I really, really appreciate that. I really appreciate that. Somebody just asked a question here. Let me see. I go back down. They asked, "Are you collect Jurassic?" No, I'm not. We both have beards, but I'm not Tim. We like toys here on this channel as well. I feel like that's a lot of our content over here on YouTube is a lot of toy discussion and content and videos and toy hunts and stuff like this. But let's see. Anything else we can discuss here? Let me move my monitor a little bit. Anything else we can discuss here on this Beyond the Gates? Oh, there was something I was going to look up. Let me see. Where'd those things go? Oh, they're back here. My bad. Looking quick, trying to find stuff. Just trying to find a little something here. All right, can't find it. Well, anyway, yeah, I don't know. We know of a lot of different figures. I can't find my list. I had a list of them at one point in time, but I cannot find it anymore. But there was I did have a list. I just can't find it. I'm still trying to find this thing. Let's see. there, like we talked about initially in this live stream, there's been a lot of reveals via Target's website and stuff like that, as far as like what kind of things we can expect to see. A lot of different dinosaurs. I won't dive deep into a lot of them, but I can kind of expect. I can kind of think of a lot that would tie in. I don't want to reveal them all to you guys, but I was trying to see if there was anything that I could reveal, but we'll leave it at that. But I think I'm really excited to find out what these other exclusive items are. I know there's a lot of new dinosaurs coming, and of course we do know that Ray Arnold is a figure that's coming. I do have that pre-ordered somewhere, some site, I don't know. And that could be one of these gold ones, maybe on June or July. But why? I don't know why it would be coming so late in the game. We have Camp Cretaceous item coming in April. Now, we have heard a lot about a lot of different Camp Cretaceous toys coming, whether it's like Kenji and a gyrosphere, Darius, and I think a Gallimimus, Yaz, and something. I think Yaz. So I think those three have been discussed a lot. So if it's one of them, I don't know. Maybe it's Yaz, or maybe it's Darius. I guess it could be Darius again. I would hope that a reveal would be like a newer figure, or it could be a Darius without the yellow coat, without the sweatshirt jacket thing that he has on. Anything else for exclusives? We know that like a lot of Jurassic Park era guys are coming. Whether it's like Ellie and Grant, and I think there's like another Malcolm at some point, stuff like that. So there's a lot of different, figures coming for the Amber collection, and some dinosaurs that we know of as well. One exclusive item for the Legacy collection. That's an interesting one. I'm not too sure off the top of my head what that one could be, but I'm just pumped to find out. I'm very pumped. Anyway, I think this is a pretty cool feature. What are you guys saying? Shout out to BFall08. Yeet says, love the vids, and where did you get the shirt? That came along with a super chat. So thank you so much for the super chat. That is super awesome. I appreciate each and every person that submits to the super chat. Really helps us here support the show and get things done and get the show supported behind the scenes. And the shirt, which you can see here, maybe I'll point the monitor down a little bit. The shirt is old school. Oh no, you mean this one, right? You mean this one? This one's definitely, I don't know where this one came from. Maybe like a store in the mall. I'm not too sure. But this one, I don't know. I think it came from Hot Topic, maybe? I think it was like a Hot Topic shirt. Now, this is a shirt that I had as a kid. I actually do have like images of me as like a 7 or 8 year old in this shirt. Not this specific shirt because I wouldn't fit in that. But this Crash McCreary artwork style, which I just love that image of the T-Rex. It's so bird-like, so just amazing looking. Tearing down the fence, and then I've always loved the imagery of that explorer down there. It looks super cool. So thank you for the compliments on the shirt and the fact that you love the videos. That's awesome. I really, really appreciate that. So thank you again for the super chat. Let's see what else we got here. I'll try to wrap it up. Try to wind it down here at the end. So let me go back to the full frame here for you guys so you can take a look at the shelves in all their glory. Almost just spilled my coffee everywhere. Going back up in the chat. Jurassic Park fan 93 says, in Australia, there's literally nothing but Lego. Such a bummer. I apologize. I'm sorry for that. I have no control over it, but I know how much of a bummer it is to not have things that you want and things you'd be certainly willing to spend money on. I know so many people around the world that would love to buy a lot of these things, but don't want to pay exorbitant shipping costs and stuff like that from third-party retailers. But it's a bummer. I don't know how we make it more known, but Mattel knows. They know that there's an issue there, but I don't know what happens. I have no idea. Stargazer 101 says Spinosaurus is going to be in Camp Cretaceous. I don't know. I don't think so. I would love it if the Spinosaurus is going to be in Camp Cretaceous, or would be in Camp Cretaceous. But just because the package for that Spinosaurus toy says Camp Cretaceous does not mean that it's going to be in the show. Stargazer, I would consider going back and listening to my conversation with Scott Kramer. He is, and you can find it, I think, in our YouTube feed or on our Jurassic Park podcast feed over on like iTunes or Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, good places like that. And check out the interview with Scott Kramer, because he's an executive producer on Camp Cretaceous. And I straight up asked him about the toys and the fact that we're seeing a lot of random toys branded as Camp Cretaceous toys, whether it's, I think, the plesiosaur, the Pteranodon, the Spinosaurus. We're seeing a lot of these like random toys branded as Camp Cretaceous. Now, we did have a lot of that going on within the first season, whether it was the Ceratosaurus or the Baryonyx, and they weren't featured in the first season, but they ended up coming up in the second season. So I know a lot of us are thinking that for the third season, a lot of these dinosaurs we're seeing now are going to be in that third season. Maybe they will. Maybe he's straight up lying, and he just wants to kind of, get rid of that information and say not everything you see is going to be in the show. But maybe he's telling the truth. And I'm kind of sticking with that, because I think that when it comes to the toys, sometimes they just branch off, right? And they just start making their own things. But I would love it. I would love it if the Spinosaurus was in that show. I would absolutely freak out. I think that would be amazing. All right, last few comments here before we head out. Yeah, a lot of people are talking about Walmart and how it's basically dead there. And yeah, it's kind of like one of those things where it looks like they're kind of like prepping for Dominion in a way. Like, it looks like they're kind of prepping for the next phase by completely removing everything and then restocking with some brand new stuff. I don't know. Maybe they will. Walmart has been dead for a while with Jurassic stuff, but until recently, we've started to see a lot more. So, not a lot more. There's been like I think Echo out of control. One of those raptors. There's been so many of them. And then they started to put in like I think like a Rex, maybe a Carno, like stuff like that. You started to see a lot more. But hopefully it'll come back big time pretty soon. Slim Shady here says, yeah, I'm not getting the Raptor either. So I can't blame you. I would say do a little research. Not that it's gonna dissuade you or encourage you or whatever, but if you did check out that video, I'm not sure if you checked out the Beyond the Gates video. The Raptor looks a tad better in the video than it does in the promotional images that are just on Target's website. So maybe give it another look if you haven't already. But it does look a tad better. It still doesn't look like the Tiger Raptor that I know and love. The tiger stripes on there, it just doesn't look like that. But give it another shot. See if it's anything you like. Raptor Red points out that even though the Tiger Stripe Raptor isn't the best, I think it's still cool in it as its own thing. I don't think so. I'm sorry. I think that I definitely said that exact thing, that exact kind of sentence for Echo. When Echo came out from the Amber Collection, I said, it's not Echo. It doesn't look anything like Echo, but it's pretty cool. It's actually a very cool paint job, and I think that it looks great, but it's just not Echo. I don't know that I would say that for this one. I don't really care for what's going on with this paint job, unfortunately. It's just my own take. You guys can have your takes too, but I'm not as big of a fan of that one. But yeah, I think I'm going to wrap it up, guys. I think I'm going to go ahead and cut this one off. We've been going for an hour and a half just about, and I'm excited. I'm excited for what's going on with Beyond the Gates. We'll end it here in just a minute, but Beyond the Gates looks like a lot of fun, and I got to give a huge shout out again to Chris and Jack over at Jurassic Outpost, along with Caleb Burnett and the other people that were working on this project with them. It looks great. It looks great. Like, it looks super professional, super well done. Everything they did looks phenomenal. Music sounds incredible. Thanks, Caleb, for that. So everything looks phenomenal. So I'm very happy with the final product of what they put together. So that's amazing. So go pick up these toys. Stick around every Friday to find out what's going on. Or not every Friday. What am I talking about? Why did I say that? That has nothing to do with anything. Find out every third Wednesday. That doesn't sound like Friday, but it's close, right? Every third Wednesday of the month for more information, I guess. So I know we'll all be waiting there. And sometimes these things tend to leak out ahead of time, so don't be surprised. With Mando Mondays, I think it happened with everything. We saw every item that was going to be shown on Mando Monday before Mando Monday. So, yeah, what are you going to do? But anyway, very cool reveals. Still not totally into that raptor, but the Pteranodon with the actual toy looks a lot better than I expected, than the promo images. So yeah, I'm pumped. So anyway, guys, make sure to go to JurassicParkPodcast.com, find out all of our stuff there, whether it's the podcast. You can find like links to the podcast over there. You can find the people that work on the show, talk to us. You can find articles over there. I know Tom Fishington has a lot of articles on the horizon, and we got a lot of fun plans coming up. And again, thank you to everybody who supported via the Super Chat. Like I said earlier, I don't know if you caught it, but we have a lot of fun stuff coming up that we're utilizing that money directly for. So it really helps out in the long run. So I really, really appreciate everybody doing the Super Chat. So please make sure to go download the Jurassic Park podcast over on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, Audible, all kinds of places. Any podcasting app out there, go download the show. And we've been taking a little hiatus so far for February, but we are going to be back next week with some Jurassic Wire, talking all of the latest and hottest topics in the Jurassic community. So I'm super pumped to finally get back to the show. I'm losing my voice now. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, make sure to go follow us on social media at Jurassic Park Pod on Twitter. Find us at Jurassic Park Podcast over on Instagram. And then you can find us on Facebook as well. We do have a group over there, so you can go follow that. Here on YouTube, make sure to subscribe. Make sure to subscribe, hit a notification bell. I don't know what you got to do. Comment below, comment on the side, do what you got to do. Like this video, share it around. And I appreciate each and every one of you guys for sticking around here, coming around each and every week, watching these videos. Thank you so much. Stay safe out there. And of course, enjoy. Take it away.